Good afternoon from Bethesda Lutheran Church as we continue to hear from the disciples as they gather with Jesus around the table on the Last Supper. But first, a reading from Matthew. When Jesus entered the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came to him as he was teaching and said, "By what authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority?" Jesus said to them, "I will ask you one question. If you tell me the answer, then I will also tell you by what authority I do these things. Did the baptism of John come from heaven, or was it of human origin?" And they argued with one another. "If we say from heaven, he will say to us, 'Why then did you not believe him?' But if we say of human origin, we are afraid of the crowd, for all regard John as a prophet." So they answered Jesus, "We do not know." And he said to them, "Neither will I tell you by what authority am I doing these things." And from the 23rd chapter of Matthew, Jesus cries out, "Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to it. How often have I desired to gather your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings, and you were not willing. See, your house is left to you, desolate. For I tell you, you will not see me again until you say, 'Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord.'" Here ends our reading. My name is Thaddeus. And I look at Jesus, I look at his hands, and he's got carpenter hands, rough, weathered hands, and yet so gentle and loving. His hands reached out and they touched a leper, and the disease was erased from his body. His hands reached out and he touched Peter's mother-in-law, and her fever disappeared. His hands reached out and they lifted up Jairus' daughter from her deathbed. His hands have opened the ears of the deaf and the eyes of the blind, and they mended the bones of the lame. Countless infirmities, countless illnesses and deformities gone. His hands reached out and they blessed the little children. When others would have turned them aside, his hands reached down and they lifted Peter up out of the churning sea that would have swallowed him. His hands blessing and breaking bread, folded in prayer. Such simple gestures, and yet so profound. Those hands have shown mercy and kindness. They have given love and healing. Those hands that served me, Thaddeus, and his other brothers, and they worshiped his Father. They are the hands of God in this very room. All of us have received blessing from his hands. All of us have seen the miracle those hands have performed. Who could betray him into the hands of an enemy? Will I? Will I, Thaddeus, betray you? Is it I, Jesus? Is it I? From Thomas, known as the twin. I have been listening to Jesus speak tonight around the table, and I just simply do not understand. Words meant to comfort, but words met with confusion and misunderstanding. Talk of betrayal met with disbelief and suspicion. Where is he going? There is so much that is yet to be done right here, right now. Sometimes I just marvel that I, Thomas, have seen him with my own eyes. That I have touched my Lord and Master with my own hands. I have watched him perform miracles, wonders that have changed lives. I don't want him to go away. Not now. Not ever. And how can we follow him if we don't know where he is going? Is there something that I've done or will do that's going to contribute to this betrayal that he speaks of? Has he seen my lack of faith, my hidden doubts, my fear? Is it I, Jesus? Is it I? And from Matthew, I am Matthew. And before I became a disciple of Jesus, I worked for the Roman government. I collected taxes. I used to take advantage of the perks of this profession, skimming just a little bit off the top for my own use. Listening to Jesus, I've come to realize I have committed a sin against my neighbors. I took advantage of those people. I cheated them. I became wealthy by stealing their hard-earned wages and their goods. I hoarded the earthly treasures instead of seeking the eternal ones. My heart has changed because of Jesus. I even threw a huge feast at my house and invited all those who worked in that corrupt organization to come and meet him. And perhaps that they could be changed as well. But now he speaks of a traitor among us. Will the others look to me? Will the others suspect me? A tax collector? A known sinner? Lord, is it I? Is it I, Jesus?